Hello and welcome to this channel. This is the home of testimonies and inspiration. Sit back and watch the amazing wonders and strange acts of God in the lives of people. Don't forget to subscribe, like and follow this channel for more faith-boosting testimonies and to be notified once a new video is uploaded.
This is for you sending that video testimony. And if you're ready, people of God, like we're ready, right about now, take a look at the wonders that Jesus did for people like you and I.
My name is Ruth. I am giving my testimony from Abuja, Nigeria. Pastor Jerry, God have done it again. I joined NSPPD through a friend in 2021. I wasn't serious. But in 2023, I became serious. I was actually praying that God would settle me maritally. Then it get to August 2023, I heard a testimony of a lady that stays in Dubai. That her work skill involved her staying indoor. Then she met her husband online. I tapped into that testimony. I said, God, if you can do this. Within 1 month, she got married. If you can do it. I was hearing testimony from different marital settlement. People were testifying in 1 week, in 2 weeks, in 1 month. Then I went to Sabbath Cafe and I printed a wedding ring and a wedding gown. Then I was using it on the fire altar. Then when Pastor Jerry would say, women in their late 30s, in their 40, 50, 60, that God is settling them maritally.
Women in their late 30s, women in their 40s, women in their 50s, women in their 60s, have been remembered. All of their spouses have been released. Their spouses have been released.
Pastor Jerry, I keyed into it. When it's time for communion, I will take my communion, the remaining one, I will pour it on that printed wedding ring and wedding gown. Then when you say write a transition, I was actually ready this time and I was damn serious. Then when you say write a tradition note, congratulations rules on your marital settlement before your next birthday. Actually, my next birthday is supposed to be in March 2024. So in 2023, I was praying and asking God, please, I don't want to remain as a single person on my next birthday. That God should favor me, God should keep me marital. Enough is enough. So I became serious. Then Pastor Jerry, August, I met my husband online. August to September, it was 28th of August to September, I met my husband online. I don't know him before. That was how we started chatting. We exchanged contact. He asked for my contact and I gave him. Then the next thing that came out of his mouth in September, he said, I'm not here to joke, I want to marry. I thought this was a joke. Then in November, he said, give me the estimate of what the wedding will cost. I started writing, then I told him. 2 days later, my guy man wired half of the amount I projected for the wedding. I told him to my account. I said, start buying things for yourself, start preparing. Meanwhile, I haven't seen him before. We only talk on WhatsApp video call. Then when he was asking me, are you going to marry me? I was smiling. I was saying stuff. No, they asked me something where they hungry me. They asked me. That was I asked woman concerned now how to do small shakara. Then at the end, Pastor Jerry, my husband, flew down from Greece to Nigeria, and we went to see his family, and that was how he asked me, take me to your family, and the love was amazing. Everybody was like, wow, congratulations. And that was how the whole family discussed on phone, they discussed physically, they had their arrangement, and they asked me, pick your date, and I said 30th of March, Pastor Jerry. 30th of March, I was legally, traditionally, in every aspect married. I am not a married woman. To the glory of God and to the shame of the devil. What God cannot do does not exist. We dey pray, they show, we dey check out.
Indeed, what God cannot do does not exist. My name is Alberta Jaka, making this video from Ghana. Somewhere December, that was around 23rd, 24th. I started having severe waist pain as a result of a fall I had over 25 years ago. This pain became unbearable and it kept me in bed from December up until April. In fact, I couldn't do anything to help myself. I kept moving in and out of the hospital and I was put on pain medications. To make matters worse, these pain medications will make me feel very drowsy. but it never subsided the pain. I was requested to do a CT scan. When a CT scan report came, it gave the diagnosis as spinal stenosis with L3, L4, and L5 having a problem. As a result, the doctor referred me to go and see the neurosurgeon because he was saying that this would not be relieved by anything except medication. It means that I was going to be on medication for life. I said, Sophia, not me. Not when I'm on the altar of fire. So I took the referral to go and see the neurosurgeon. In fact, when the neurosurgeon also saw it, all he told me was that they couldn't do surgery, or how it is they can't do surgery. So I will remain on pain medication, just as the first doctor said. In fact, I said, this can never be me. I can never be on the altar and remain on pain medication for life. So I continued to pray on the altar of fire. 24th of February, Pastor Eze mentioned spinal stenosis.
Spinal stenosis, and that's what I hear. Spinal stenosis. If you are the one, put it on the live stream. The devil is a liar. The devil is a liar. I announce, let it be reversed.
And I keyed into it. I said, once it has been mentioned by Papa, I will definitely have received my healing. Pastor Jerry, the neurosurgeon requested that I do MRI to confirm, because MRI enhances the image, or it will enhance the image properly. So I was given the request form. I did the MRI in March, and when I was going to do the MRI, after I had been prepared, before I was put in the MRI scan, I just heard Pastor Jerry Eze's voice in my mind, or in my head, that what they saw before, they won't see it again. I said, this is it. This is my word. So I held on to it. And as I was in the MRI scan, I was just praying and believing in it. And I was just claiming my healing. I said, what they saw before, they won't see it again. Pastor Jerry, he said, how would you scream? In fact, I couldn't scream. It rather turned out to be tears of joy. I held my report and I was asking God, is this me? The MRI came out to say that there was nothing. In other words, all the parameters that CT scan picked as being abnormal turned out to be normal. Pastor Jerry, this is my evidence. What God cannot do indeed does not exist. Pastor Jerry, this is just the beginning. I'm coming back with more testimonies. What God cannot do does not exist. Pastor Jerry, God bless you. God bless you for answering this call upon your life. May the oil never runs dry.
Since I was very little, I always felt something was wrong. But, you know, as a child, you don't really know where to look at, what to look for. So, as I grew up and I became an adult in college, I started going for tests. And around 2 years ago, I went to an endocrinologist and I was diagnosed with prolactinoma. It's a hormonal imbalance, basically. It suppresses some of your androgen hormones. So that's when I knew that, okay, something was actually, So I went for, he gave me some drugs to take initially. I started the dosage. Then he'll tell me after like 2 months, I should hold on and stop. The thing will, after 1 week, to shoot back up. Twice like that. So he said, I need to go for an MRI. I did that. They didn't say a single thing. I started serving 6 weeks ago. And please, if you are thinking of serving, I implore you, please serve. Because since I started serving, I've seen the evident hand of God in my life. 2 weeks ago, around the 14th of May, I was praying for my friend. Because, as a young man, you're praying for God should lift you up, God should bless you. This thing, I knew that one day God will heal me. But it was not a focus anymore. Should I just say, maybe I was managing it, basically. So that morning, I was just praying for my friend. And around the 34th minute mark, Pastor Jerry mentioned prolactinoma.
If you are the one, put it on the live stream. The devil is a liar. The devil is a liar. Let it be reversed.
The way I jumped up from that bed, I was put it on the live stream. I am the one. I am the one. I am the one. The next day, I was meant to take the drug. I just said by faith, let me stop it. Then I said, let me wait for another maybe period. So it will be 2 weeks before I go for the test. Normally it's 1 week that when I go, I said, let me wait for 2 weeks this time to show that there's no explanation, no doubt that God has healed me. So I went for the test on Wednesday. So on Thursday, the result came out and God has done it for me.
All his life, he had hormonal imbalance, prolactinoma. And he has been struggling with development. He had to take drugs for him to be able to develop. You didn't share that. He had to take drugs for him to be able to grow his beard, for his voice to mature, for him to have a human male development. Because that is a hormonal imbalance. Is that correct?
True, very true.
And then right on the altar, he got the word. He threw his drugs away. Without staying on the drug for 1 week, you have a crisis. And he dropped it for 2 weeks. No drugs, no crisis. First time in over 30 years. No more hormonal imbalance. By virtue of the word, what God cannot do.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I want to testify today. I'm Kasozi Isaac Robinson, and I'm from Kampala, Uganda. God has done miracles. God has changed my statement, has changed my story. In these 5 days of glory and tangible evidence, I've seen God's hand touching my life. What the devil meant for harm, God has changed it for good. God has turned it around. I got this fracture by the beginning of the month. It was on 2nd of May. I slipped and fell, and then I ended up twisting as you can see, this is a second test, and you can see right over here it's a fracture, and right over here it's a fracture. In these 5 days of glory and tangible evidence, I remember Pastor Jerry Ezra said that let us trust God for tangible evidence, and this is my evidence today. God has healed me. God has done wonders. I used to walk on crutches, and I never used to put this feet down, my right leg down. There was severe pain. I used to have back pains, neck pains, just because of the broken leg. But God has changed my story. My sister, my brother, God can change your story too. This is my evidence today, and this is my miracle. You can see this. You can see this. What God cannot do does not exist, my sisters, my brothers. God can touch you. God can send his mighty hand and touches you. That's what you should believe. Now I can move on my own without the crutches. Unbelievable. Totally unbelievable. This is our God who does things his way. Unbelievable testimony. Unbelievable test. I can walk with my 2 feet. I can walk with my 2 feet without the crutches. In these 5 days, God has done a miracle for me, and I want to thank God, and I want to thank God for this ministry. May God continue to bless this ministry. People all over the world, just know that this is my testimony. God has done it for me. I can walk by my 2 feet.
What God cannot do does not exist. My name is Fatima. My husband got ill in November, was having severe stomach pain, and went to the hospital and went for scan. After the scan, it showed that he had a tumor on his left kidney. So the tumor was being managed till February. Then in February, he had a surgery, and the tumor was taken for various tests. After the tests, it showed that he had adrenocortex carcinoma. One day, I cried to my friend Adenike in the UK and told her what had happened. And then she asked me if I knew NSPPD, and I said no. is it a cancer clinic or something? She said, no, this is where they cure cancer. God heal cancer like water. And I was like, a church? She said, yes. And then she started sending me links and I started joining. On the first of 90 days of Elroy, my husband's case was mentioned.
Adrenocortica carcinoma, adrenocortica carcinoma. If you are the one, put it on the live stream. The devil is a liar. Let it be reversed.
I keyed into it and we kept praying. We prayed and I continued watching it daily. The next week my husband went for a PET scan in Lagos and then it showed that there was no cancer. And the doctor congratulated us and was really surprised because the cancer started spreading to other parts of his body. But now, no chemotherapy, he's going to live his life happily. Thank you, Pastor Jerry. May God bless you. May the oil on your head never run dry. Amen.